We're playing command and control. 3 hardened buildings with objectives in the centre. The critical locations are marked out with purple dots, and actually on a critical location this time. These from the side. My army list is with a Zeus, Warvar is a CV2 with Zeus Bodyguard in Neptune. I have Phobos with Helios in their Neptune for first Battle Pantheon. Second Battle Pantheon is the same. Infantry wise, I have 2 Mortals in Tritons, no weapons. Valkyries in a Triton with stealth missiles on there. Sirens in their Triton as well. I have 2 Odins and 2 Hyperions sharing an order together. For the resistance, we have Alexander, level 3 commander, in Lift Hawk with AA. We have 2 vehicle detachments, both Gunwagon and Typhoon in each. Infantry, we have 2 groups of resistance fighters in Jacksons and 1 veteran, and they're sharing a Lift Hub again with AA. The infiltrator group of Scout ATVs and 6 gun technicals. Heavy battle group or Rusted Fists. Hannibals and Zhukovs in their own respective Lift Hawks with AAs as well. Turn 1, PHR won the dice roll and made resistance go first. Their first activation was for the infantry group. They've moved up as far as they can to there and staying in their transport. PHR first activation, moved up the Pegasus group. Valkyries have got out to there. Sirens have moved up to the building opposite the infantry. Resistance second activation, they've activated the command battle group. Lift Hawks moved on, dropped the command there. Lift Hawks also done 2 points of damage to the building with the Valkyries in. No falling masonry damage. PHR second activation. Immortals have moved up, staying in their transport next to the other buildings. Resistance third activation. Hannibals have moved up to there, staying in their transport. Zhukovs the other side, coming up the flank on the left. PHR third activation. Commanders moved up, staying in the middle, staying in their transport. Resistance 4th activation. Gunwagons moved up to here, staying in their transport, and their Typhoon is flanking. PHR 4th activation. Helios have moved up on my right flank, dropped out there. Their Phobos has moved on, using countermeasure attack to shoot the Typhoon here, causing 1 point of damage. Resistance 5th activation. Their Typhoon has moved up to here. Gunwagons have moved over and have got out to their Kraken and hiding around this building. PHR 5th activation. My Thor has moved on, no one's got out. It has fired at the Gunwagons over here, managing to kill 1 of them. Resistance 6th activation of the infiltrators. The technicals have moved over here. The Scout ATVs have moved up, got out their Kraken, and have gassed the building for 10 times. PHR 6th activation. Phobos has walked here. Helios have moved up into the transport here, got out and moved to there. End of turn 1. This is where people are, the PHR are from this side of the board. And this is the positioning from this side of the board. Start of turn 2. Resistance played Central HQ Directive and won the roll-off. They activated their Gunwagons who've got out here and shot at my commander's Neptune, causing 1 point of damage. Their Typhoon has moved over here, away from the Phobos. PHR first turn. The commanders got out here. Neptune has moved this way and failed to hit the target of the Scout ATVs. Gunwagon Group 2 is activated. They've moved over. They've shot down my commander's Neptune. The associated Typhoon has moved over and shot at the command squad and caused no damage. PHR second activation. The Phobos has moved over, not shot. Neptune has moved over and shot at the Scout ATVs, causing no damage. The Helios have shot at the Scout Technicals, causing 3 casualties. Resistance third activation. They've activated the heavies. They've deployed the troops over here. Lift Hawks have moved around, trying to get a few pot shots onto my transports, but failing to cause any damage. PHR third activation. They've managed to shoot at and cause 4 points of damage, 2 to each of the 2 bases there. And the Nord has moved up. Their heavy walkers are still staying inside. Resistance fourth activation. The commander has moved around here. Shot at the building, main cannon getting a 1 to hit, and the side chain guns failing to do any damage. The Lift Hawk has went full pelt over to here and can't do anything else. PHR fourth activation. The Phobos has moved forward, shot and destroyed the Typhoon here. The associated Helios have moved forward. 1 has shot at the gun wagons there, killing 1. Other Helios has shot at and managed to kill or finish off 1 of the bases there. The Neptune has done nothing. Resistance 5th activation. The gun Scout Technicals have moved up. The Scout ATVs have moved across further than what they need to do to shoot. And their Kraken has moved around and tried shooting at a Helios, but failing to cause damage. PHR 5th activation. The Valkyries have jumped over into this building and being joined by the Sirens. Their Triton has moved over and shot at the Scout ATVs, causing no damage. Resistance have activated the infantry. They've moved up and joined the Sirens and Valkyries in the middle building. The transport has also shot at the Njord, causing no damage. PHR infantry have activated. These guys have moved into this building. These ones have moved over and joined this combat ready for tomorrow. I've activated my Battle Pantheon over this side. The Phobos has moved over the way and shot at and killed 1 of the Technicals. The Helios have moved over, tried shooting at the Zhukovs, causing no damage. And the Neptune has moved up and killed the other Scout Technical. The gun wagons have activated. They've moved over here. 2 have shot and destroyed the Neptune for this infantry squad. Kraken and the associated Typhoon have shot at the building, causing 2 points of damage and no falling masonry. The commander's activated, moved over. 1 of the Zeuses shot at the red gun wagon, and the miniguns and the other one have shot at the Scout ATVs, causing no damage. The Resistance Scout ATVs have activated, putting 6 chem shots into the building with the mortars, and the Technicals shot at the Neptune there, causing no damage, and has moved over. The PHR Njord group has activated. The Njord has moved up, shot at the gun wagon, but it had also received reaction fire before that, taking 1 damage point. The Hyperions and Odins have got out and standing in the front, ready to fight. The commander has activated, shot at the building, causing no damage. The Lift Hawk has shot at the Nord, causing no damage, but managing to hurt 1 of the Odins with shape charge. I've activated this group. The Phobos has moved over and shot at the Lift Hawk there, causing 2 points of damage. Their Neptune has moved over and has shot that way, causing no damage as well to the Technical. The Helios have moved over and shot 1 each at the Lift Hawks, causing 3 points of damage to the 1 for the infantry. The gun wagons have activated. Their Kraken has shot at the building, causing no damage. The infantry have activated, failing to find the objective, which also kick-started the combat here. It was a bloody combat and a lot of people died. The immortals involved got knocked down to one man, who has left the building into the transport. Valkyries took a route down to a route, 4 got hit left, Simon's down to 3. The resistance fighters have taken quite a bit of casualties. They've also played the card to get legionnaires to come and help them fight, and they've joined the vets as well, who also took quite a few casualties. The resistance infantry have activated. The Jacksons have moved around there. Lift Hook has shot at and destroyed the transport that the immortals were hiding in. They've crash landed and survived. They also shot at the Helios as well, that's around the corner, causing no damage. My Pegasus group has activated. The Triton has moved over and shot and killed one of the scout ATVs. The other transport stayed there, and the infantry who were in the building decided not to search. Resistance lost activation. The heavy group has moved up. They shot all the hull cannons and Hannibal guns over here, killing my Phobos. The Zhukovs have shot one each at the Helios, managing to kill one. Lift Hook here has shot at the Neptune, causing no damage, and shot at the building. This Lift Hook has shot at the infantry, causing no damage, and also shot at the transport there, causing no damage. We've also done the gas tokens here. It has killed most of the guys. There is one guy left on the one base and 2 on the other. Fourth turn, PHR won the roller. The infantry here went first, failed to find the objective. The sniper shot at the commander, causing no damage, and managed to shoot the last base, or the last wound off that base there. The infantry over here have got back into the building. The gun wagons have activated, moved up to there. The Kraken has moved over and shot at the bodyguard Zeus. The gun wagons have shot at the Siren's transport, killing it, and the Typhoon has moved over, shot at the Zeus, failing to Odin even, failing to cause any damage. PHR have activated the Helios. They've moved over. The Helios shot at the Lift Hook, causing no damage. The Neptune shot at the gun wagon underneath, also causing no damage. Resistance heavy group have activated. They've rolled forwards. Zhukovs and Hannibals have shot at and killed the Helios. The Lift Hook has shot and killed Triton here. The Zhukovs Lift Hook has moved over above the Zeus there. They shot at transports as well, causing no damage. I activated the other Battle Pantheon. He's moved up and shot at the Lift Hook here, along with the Helios. The Helios also shot at a Jackson each. They've killed the Lift Hook and 2 Jacksons. The Neptune has shot at and failed to hurt the gun wagons. Resistance command has activated, shooting the building, causing 8 points of damage and killing the infantry that was left with fallen masonry. His Lift Hook has shot at the Odin and the Njord, causing no damage there as well. PHR have activated the heavy group. They've moved forward. They've shot at and destroyed one Kraken using the marksman touch. Shot at and damaged the other Kraken along with the Nord, causing 3 points of damage. Resistance infiltrators have activated. Scout ATVs have moved this way. The last Scout Technical has moved there, and the Kraken has moved over and put a shot at the Odin, failing to cause any damage. I've activated my Pegasus group. The Valkyries are down to 1 person and they jumped out into that building. The Sirens lost 2, there's 1 left, and they managed to kill quite a lot of the enemy. There's still some left, and 1 group also fled as well. Resistance has lost a battle group, so it was PHR's next activation. Activated the command, who shot at the infantry that just piled out the building with the coaxial machine guns and killed them. And they also shot at and destroyed a gun wagon each. Resistance won the roll-off. The gun wagon has moved back, shooting at this Neptune, causing 2 points of damage. The Kraken has moved forwards, failing to hurt the bodyguard Zeus. And the Typhoon has moved over, failing to cause any damage to the Odins. I've activated this Battle Pantheon. This Phobos has shot at and failed to cause any damage to the Lift Hawk. The Lift Hawk here, Neptune has moved around, shot at the Kraken, failing to cause any damage. The Helios has moved up, shot at each of the Lift Hawk, causing 1 point of damage and destroying the Typhoon as well. Resistance command is activated. He has shot at the building, killing the Valkyries after causing 4 points of damage and fallen masonry. His Lift Hawk has shot at the Nord, causing a point of damage there. He also shot at the Odin, failing to do any damage, and has also landed on the floor there. PHR have activated the heavy group. The Nord tried to destroy the Lift Hawk, so the guys who were going to get back inside couldn't shoot, and that went badly for them. They also tried shooting at the Kraken with the one last hit point with the stealth missiles as well, failing to do any damage there. The Resistance Gunwagon squad's activated. Kraken's moved over, shot and failing to hurt the Zeus. The Gunwagon has shot and destroyed the Neptune there. I've activated my Immortals, who subsequently died in combat. Siren survived. The Legionnaires, who was created by card, have lost 2 and got to protect the building. The Occupation Vets took no damages, and the Resistance Fighters took 2 damages. Resistance Infiltrators have activated, the Technical stayed still, and the Scout ATVs have moved around to there. PHR command is activated. One of them has moved forward and shot at the infantry, and they both shot at the Lift Hawk, causing no damage to the Lift Hawk and killing 1 infantryman. Resistance Heavies have activated. The Hannibals have been picked up by their Lift Hawk, and the Zhukov's transport has moved back next to the Zhukov's. The Lone Siren has activated and decided not to search. The Resistance Fighters was also locked in combat, so their activation is done as well. PHR won the roll-off. The command is activated. They shot and killed the infantry and the Lift Hawk, and then the Zeus has moved back as well. The Resistance Infiltrators have activated. The Scout ATVs moved over here. The Technical has moved there, and the Kraken has moved over and shot at, and the Odin's shields managed to save it. PHR acted the Battle Pantheon, the Phobos, shot at, failing to cause any damage to the Scout ATVs, and the Lift Hawk here. The Neptune moved over, shot and killed the Technical. The Helios shot at and failed to destroy the Kraken. The gun wagons have activated. Kraken shot at the bodyguard, then moved, didn't do any damage, and the wagons moved closer. I activated my sirens, and we completely killed each other in combat. Resistance commanders activated. Shot and killed the Phobos over there. The heavies have activated. The Odin shot and killed the Kraken, whilst the Nord moved over and shot at the commander, doing no damage. The Hyperions had shot through this gap and destroyed the gun wagon there. Heavy battle group for the Resistance has activated and moved up as close as they can to this objective. Game has ended with no objectives being taken. The critical locations being held each turn by each player, so we've got 5 each. Down to kill points, and the Resistance have managed to win it by 96 points, just on kill points alone.